Hello, everybody, and welcome to Mindless Entertainment's first edition of Future Celebrity Interviews. This is a very, very special one because this is also, this is my friend Jeremiah Benjamin right here. He will be the future celebrity we're interviewing. This is also his exit interview from Los Angeles. It's very exciting. So Jeremiah, tell us a little bit about yourself, about your background as an actor.
Well, my background as an actor. I was one of these bohemian weekend warriors, so to speak, in Portland, Oregon. And I was working by day as a mechanical draftsman in a factory that bent tubes for trucks. And then at night I'd be running around doing these webisodes and indie films with my buddies. I'd played all kinds of wacky characters. I was in the theater scene. I was a playwright. I was just all about just creative, kind of very, very underground sorts of projects that were happening there. And then I decided to take the plunge and see what was going on in LA and came down here.
Excellent. That sounds exciting. So I requested that Jeremiah dress to match my apartment, and I think he succeeded.
I'm going to have to sit up on my knees in the chair so you can see the full splendor of what I'm wearing.
And I believe that is something that's a sentiment we both share probably on a regular daily basis.
Absolutely.
So your likeness, right? You're rocking this like very like sort of trucker, biker dude thing right now. Can you just tell us?
You might say that.
Can you tell us a little bit?
Right.
Can you like describe in graphic detail
what
this part of you looked like before this?
Yes. So the story of my face, the story of a face, the odyssey of a face. So when I first came to LA, I shaved my head. I was bald and whatnot, and there was no one and whatnot to that. I was just bald. And I went through the usual routine: headshots, small theater stuff, just run around, did all the things that you do, student films, all that kind of thing. And it was very, very slow. Not a lot of wasn't moving forward very discernibly. And then I happened to grow like a little bit of stubble at one point, just for no reason. And I happened to like go audition for something that stubble was okay for. And I noticed that my booking rate, my audition rate seemed to work at a little bit better the more stubble I had. So so eventually I just figured I'm not going to shave again until I have to, until someone asks me to. And a year later I had this gigantic beard. I was Grizzly Adams. I had my hair was like forming gnarly little like clumps of not quite dreadlocks, and my beard was like it ate me. It literally ate me for dinner at some point, and it's still digesting me now. And suddenly I started working. Yeah. I mean, not working like on a like in any big league Hollywood kind of level, but I was working. I was doing like internet commercials, and I was doing a lot of music videos, and I was getting gigs for like a few $100 here and there, and doing fun stuff, playing wacky characters, and it was happening so consistently that casting directors kind of knew me as this archetype. They had me in this box. They knew how to brand me. They needed a leprechaun. They needed a homeless guy. They knew what I could do. So I was in business for a time.
Very cool.
And then as a Portland bohemian, bicycling freak at heart, the idea of being in business as this character type wasn't a long-term plan. That was more of something to try out. So after like 3 years of this gnarly thing that was eating me, I decided, what's going on underneath that? Is there a dude underneath that? I wonder what his name is. And so I went up to Griffith Park, rode my bike up to Griffith Park, found this secret spot in the woods where there was there was a view but no tourists around. I'm not going to tell you the exact coordinates of that unless you get me really drunk. And so I set up my iPad and took my razor fully charged, and I started reading. I almost memorized it. The To Be or Not to Be speech, and from beginning to end of To Be or Not to Be, I went from bearded to clean shaven.
Wow, that's pretty badass.
Yeah.
Did you record this?
It's on YouTube.
Oh my
It's
god,
up
I
there.
want to
Yeah.
see this. All right,
It's
so
there.
everybody look for what is it called?
To beard or not to beard.
To beard or
Yeah.
not to beard.
There's a lot of videos with that title, so you got to scroll down like a few
Fair
pages.
enough.
but
Do you
it's
have a
there.
channel on YouTube?
I do. It's called Train Hard, Train Anywhere. That's another little video blog project I did. Because I used to be, kind of still am, a personal trainer, boot camp instructor, fitness trainer, and I had this little webisode where I would find like creative exercises I could do with things I found on the street, and I made 28 episodes of it.
Wow.
And so that's the same channel where I put my this also the shaping thing is also the same channel where I'm going to be video blogging my bicycle trip from here to probably Atlanta, but somewhere.
Cool. All right, so you guys, you
Yeah.
heard it right here. Train hard, train anywhere. Subscribe on YouTube. You can find To Beard or Not to Beard. You can find 28 episodes of Jeremiah training anywhere. I've seen some of them. They're pretty fun. That's where your beard push-ups are on there too, right?
Oh yes, that did happen.
That did happen. And then you can watch his trip across the country on a bicycle.
That's
Holy
right.
Shit. So that's what's next. You're hopping on a bike and you're bicycling out of here.
Before that, going up to Mendocino, to a farm in Mendocino, to do an internship.
Mendocino Farms. Even.
Yes, Mendocino Farm to do an internship, having something to do with solar panels, something to do with mechanical drafting work for solar panels.
Cool.
And milking cows.
Yay!
For
Aw.
a little while, and then I'm going to bike to probably Atlanta. We'll see where.
We'll see where. Excellent. That's super exciting.
Yeah.
That's really, really exciting. So, we were talking about your beard, and that is how you looked when we met. Do you want to talk a little bit about the circumstances that led to our meeting and becoming friends?
Yes, I do. So, I think the night that I met you, my friend Haley, I don't know if you met her. I don't think you did. My friend Haley had just come back from London. She had been here for a year or so, trying to do the acting thing, and got frustrated, went back to London for like another year or so, and then had just came back like the night before that. And so as like her welcome back to LA, I said, let's go do something fun. She said, there's this underground networking dance thing of some sort, and she got me like a free ticket to it.
Yeah.
And so she's off flirting with some really sleazy guy, and I hit the dance floor,
Yep.
and
Like you do.
and I saw you.
Probably doing probably equally fantastic dance moves.
Yes,
So.
yes, and we noticed each other on the dance floor, and then somehow the subject of Beverly Hills Zombie came up.
Yeah, we were gonna make a zombie movie.
That's right.
Let's murder them with their
That's
stilettos.
right. Yes. Stiletto to the temple.
Boom, done, and the rest is history.
Yes.
That was fantastic though. That was such a fun night because I remember seeing that. I was like, this guy, he was just dancing. And Jeremiah's dance moves are legendary, by the way. They're freaking legendary, and they're unapologetic. Like they're just way better than mine. So mine, he probably saw me and he was like, look at that sad creature trying to let loose and have fun, but sort of flailing. Let me show this bitch how it's done. And I still remember my favorite part about that night was the point where there's a bunch of, networking event. There's a bunch of people sitting in booths thinking they're all fucking important, like judging everyone. So everyone's trying to get up near them. And
I'm sure every single one of those people worked with Steven Spielberg the next day. They were on set the next morning with Steven Spielberg. I have no doubt of that.
Obviously.
Like, they were in the right.
Exactly. So then they noticed Jeremiah dancing like nobody's watching, and start videotaping him. Like, ooh, this guy's
That's
cool.
right.
And Jeremiah is just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna keep doing exactly what I've been doing for the past however long. All right, this is great. And then all these skanky hoes were like, oh, like, look at me dancing with this guy. I'm so cool too. And they were just like, no. And Jeremiah was like, all right, whatever, cool. It was awesome. It was phenomenal. This guy is one of the most authentic people I have ever met.
Well, thank you. It's just not easy being a princess.
It's not easy. It's
all I'd say.
really not. It's fucking hard. And having all the thoughts you have, I have a collection of text messages now with various. My favorite one to date was the office memo. Effective
Office memo,
immediately.
yes.
You were bringing sexy back.
That is a confirmed action item of expediting items.
It happened.
Yeah.
Put it in the outbox. It's been done. So, since you're going to be famous, so you're going to go be down in Atlanta and you're going to be doing more acty things,
Yes,
right? You're
yes.
checking out the scene down there.
Yes. Or if
Or wherever.
When the time comes, Atlanta or wherever that place
Yeah.
translate to.
Let me know if you ever end up in Philly, because that's where my people
Philly,
are.
yes.
Good
yes.
film
Philly.
scene, good cheesesteaks, yes.
Can you eat cheesesteaks on film set there?
Yeah.
Or are you not allowed to combine the two?
Oh, you absolutely
Okay.
can.
Okay,
Cheesesteaks
good,
go with
good.
everything in Philly,
Good,
even
good.
like especially sex. So,
Really?
yeah.
Moving on.
Yes, anyway, we'll let that one digest for a minute, no pun intended. So, when you're super famous, this is going to be a ridiculously exclusive interview,
Yes.
and there are things your fans are going to want to know about you.
Okay.
Really important questions like, what's your favorite kind of cheese and why?
Well, I'm not an expert. I'm not a connoisseur of cheeses per se, but I always appreciate a good brie. I like the crust. I like that area right by the crust.
Where it's like really,
like
really
slightly melted.
Oh, okay.
I'm a brie guy. I'm a
Brie
brie
guy.
man.
There
Yeah,
you
I
go.
like really spicy cheeses that are off the beaten cheese path, so to speak.
Maybe if we have time after this, I need to take you to some place right down the street
Yeah.
here. It is called plugging for cheesemongers of Sherman Oaks right now. They're down the street from my place.
Cheesemongers. Okay.
They have all of the good cheeses and the good meats too.
Really?
Yeah, so we may have to take a field trip.
I'm game.
Yes. Anyway, maybe we'll even record some of that experience. Who knows?
Hey.
So that's good. Good brie. It's a good cheese. It's a solid cheese choice.
A cheeseumentary.
What do you like to pair?
We're gonna make a
your
cheeseumentary.
Cheese.
What do I like to pair it with?
What do you like to pair your brie with?
I'm gonna be pretty traditional and say like a slice of whole grain bread maybe, or cracker.
Crackers
Yeah.
are good. I like crackers.
Yeah.
All right.
Cracker is a good solid base for a cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're out with a girl on a magical date
Let me visualize
at
this.
a
Got
bar,
it. Got
right?
it. Okay.
What are you drinking? What is she drinking, and why?
Okay. That depends. Is this our first date? Is this my first time meeting this woman, or have I known her for
This is your second date.
second date? Because if it was the first date, I would say no alcohol. I want to just get to know her, on a completely person-to-person lucid level. If this is the second date, I might enjoy an IPA, some sort of organic IPA,
Portland
maybe.
guy.
Yeah. And I would like to answer the question by saying whatever she loves to drink. I want to be surprised to know what that is. I don't want to even anticipate what her favorite drink might be. I want to find that out from her.
So what is your perfect woman?
Perfect woman. What would she drink?
Well, just what would she drink, and then let's move on from there. A few
All
other
right.
important characteristics.
She would drink something healthy but effective.
Like a avocado margarita?
Yes, avocado margarita.
There
Yes.
you go.
Yes.
There you go. How long is her hair?
Anywhere between like here and here, I'd say.
That's reasonable.
Yeah.
That's legit. Thick,
Yeah.
thin, curly, straight hair.
Natural.
Natural.
Whatever her hair naturally does, it would
You can live
be
with whatever.
natural.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Cup size. It's the important thing. It's the important questions.
Okay. To be honest, I never really fixated on that per se.
Not a boob guy.
Not a boob guy.
Butt size.
Not really that concerned with that either.
So what is your favorite body part in a woman? No, we're getting deep right now.
Yeah, just the whole essence of a person.
All of it.
You know,
Aw.
all of it.
You like what's inside as well as what's outside.
My eye goes to the parts of her body that reflect her lifestyle choices and her values and the kind of person she is. So, for instance, somebody who's athletic.
Mm-hmm.
I find that very appealing when I look at someone and I can tell they care about their body. Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't have to be, a supermodel, but someone who I can tell that they've maybe just gone on a 5-mile run this morning, or that they've just come from the gym, or that they've just hiked a mountain earlier today. I appreciate that.
It's this one. I just hiked him out. I think he's hitting on me. I'm not sure, but it might be.
I didn't hear anything.
So really important. Again, this is for your future viewers. What would you say if you stubbed your toe right now?
I'd say Can I swear on television?
Yes.
Is this television? Okay.
It's internet.
Okay.
You can do whatever you want.
Do you want like a dramatic pre-enactment of this?
Oh, do we get Jeremiah acting?
Okay.
Yes, please.
Okay. So what's my cue?
Yeah, I'll do one of those.
Okay. Okay. So I'm walking along, minding my business.
And...
Oh, motherfucker! Fuck! Go something like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it. It's really, organic, old-fashioned.
You can't, if you hold those reactions in, if you bottle that up,
It's bad.
they're gonna come out at some other time.
Did you know that? Well, yeah. It also actually swearing apparently increases your pain threshold.
Really?
Science. There's a cool study about that.
I didn't know that.
There you go.
Fascinating.
So now it's fuck it all out.
Fuck it all out. Fuck it all out.
Fuck it all out. So what is your favorite role that you've played so far?
Ever in my entire body of work? Ever?
In your life.
Wow, that's if it had been narrowed down to my favorite role in LA in the past 4 years, that would be an easy question to answer.
We'll start with that one.
Okay. Shout out to my good friend Ryan Burkhart, director of the film Trace by Terror Films. It was an indie horror film. It came out on Redbox. It's floating around in iTunes. It's out there. People have seen it and enjoyed it. It's I played a demonologist. It was a supernatural horror story about some teenagers who invoke some demons and then have to deal with the consequences. And I play sort of the mentor archetype they consult, who's the academic expert on the supernatural element of the story.
Wow.
And so I had some really fun, like very nerdy monologues around describing to them the science of demonology and then telling them what they got to do to fix the problem.
That sounds awesome.
It was a really amazing part that required me to actually do some research, like read some books on demonology, and like really,
wow.
It was a character like I really got to dig into and work on it, which
really
was a real treat, because most of the roles I've done in LA were caricatures, little one-off jokes.
Yeah.
I'm a leprechaun. Hee, my pot of gold. This was there's something a little more more actorly.
So what was that called again?
It was called Trace.
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 I really want to see this now. Actually, that's
Trace the signal from beyond the grave.
The tagline, I presume.
Yes.
Very cool. So, what is your dream role?
Okay. My dream role would be a serial killer, but a really complex character who you grow to like before you realize he's like a character arc like Walter White in Breaking Bad, where he starts out as this very complicated academic person, this very smart person with a very complicated career path and family life, dealing with some issues. You see him go through a process where he comes into some ethical dilemmas and then takes on this life of crime, something of that level of complexity where I would get to play with all the different levels of of my character types, because I come from an academic family. My dad was a professor, so like I could play like a mathematician or something like that. And I've always loved the challenge of being like a Hannibal Lecter, like a really multi-layered villain. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I love villainy.
Me too.
Best. What is your spirit animal?
Ooh, good question. I always used to say, in a very tongue-in-cheek kind of answer, I used to say squirrel, because I used to look like a squirrel, and people would always call me Squirrel.
Aww.
Or people would take a picture of a squirrel, put it next to a picture of me in a certain pose and say, and I couldn't tell the difference sometimes.
Yeah. Life is rough.
Yeah. I think my mannerisms are kind of... Is there a nut over there? Let me grab that nut. Hold on, I'll be right back. Squirrel. I'd say squirrel.
Squirrel. We're going with squirrel. I like it. J'approve.
Yeah.
So does it hurt your soul when they're squished on the side of the road all the time in the middle?
A little bit.
It hurts my
A
soul.
little bit. But there's so much... There's so many horrors in LA that you just kind of keep going. Yeah.
And move on.
Yeah.
What's the craziest thing you've seen happen in Los Angeles?
Ooh. Wow. Oh man, craziest thing I've seen happen? I feel like I'm going to give an answer to that, and then as soon as I leave, I'm going to think of a way better answer I could have given. I know it's one of those things.
That's all right. Just give us what you get.
Okay, first thing that comes to mind, I feel like I should have a bigger answer than this, but I'm thinking of this time I got mugged.
Ooh, you got mugged?
I did.
Wow.
I used to, for a period of time, I lived in my car.
Oh,
because
shit.
I thought it was a very logical way to not pay rent.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah, and I did it for a long time, and then one time I was watching a movie on my laptop on my dashboard at like 3 o'clock in the morning. I was on this residential street, and then I was staring into the barrel of a gun, and this gentleman wearing a hood said, "Yo, homie, this is a stick up." He grabs a computer and he points a gun at me and leaves.
Oh shit. That's insane.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So then after that, you're like, maybe there's a reason people live in apartments.
For that reason only.
It's just it's harder to point guns in your face when you're in your own apartment.
Yes. And when he gets out of jail, I'll be on the road to Atlanta, so he won't be able to find me. Yeah.
Oh, good. So they got him.
Unless he watches my video blog. So, dude, if you're watching this, don't tune in.
Don't follow Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Leave him alone. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you wanna say to your fans and future fans?
Let me think. Oh gosh, let me think.
There's a cat behind you.
There's a cat behind me. Well, you guys already know that it's not easy being a princess. What can I say?
Inspirational messages for the future generation, maybe.
I'm trying to think of something profound.
It's hard off the cuff.
It is very hard off the cuff. Keep rocking and rolling, people.
You heard it here. You heard it here first. All right, everybody. Jeremiah Benjamin. We wish him a great success moving forwards and an exciting internship at the farm and successful journey across the country.
Well, thank you for having me on the show.
Thank you for being here. It's been a pleasure.
My pleasure.
Oh, yeah.